Hey folks, and we are live on Facebook one more time. My name is Andy within South Florida, and we're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. And today is Thursday, a fantastic Thursday, and as we do every Thursday, we come live from his studio in Kendall, the One Stop Shop, Mr. Clear to Close. Big round of applause. Oh, wait, this is the wrong show, Mario. The wrong show. Folks, today is Throwback Thursday, so in honor of Throwback Thursday, we're going to stick with some tradition here. And Mario doesn't know this, but I've changed around the script. He gave me a script. We're not going to follow that. We're going to talk about Mario's history and the one-stop shop. Hopefully I won't get fired, and hopefully he won't hold me to this script. Mario, you've been in business 15 years for the one-stop shop concept. Let's go back. Shall we go back, folks? Let's go back. Let's put Mario in the spot here. Mario, 15 years ago, how did you come up with this one-stop shop idea?
So we actually opened the company 17 years ago under the name Strock and Tanner Mortgage. So we were primarily just a mortgage company.
Right.
And at the time, I was trying to develop relationships with some realtors, and I was giving these realtors my pre-qualification of clients that were coming to see us.
Right.
So I would give away these pre-quals ready to close, just go find them a house, bring them back, and just to develop a relationship.
Right.
Lo and behold, over a year and a half, I find out that none of those pre-quals came back to Strock and Tanner. I guess they took them to cousin Jose or cousin Maria.
Everybody has a friend.
In Miami, everybody has a friend.
And a cousin.
So unfortunately, it was a learning lesson for me, because here I am giving them legitimately pre-qualified clients, and they're not coming back to us to do the mortgage. So I said, okay, if you can't beat them, join them. So I went out and I got my realtor's license.
There you go.
And that was the end of me giving away my pre-qualified clients, and it was the birth of the one-stop shop. And ever since then, we handle our own pre-qualified.
So I'm sure people out there asking, Strock and Tanner, were you in the horse business? Were you doing anything with tans? How did Strock and Tanner come about? Very unique name, but people are asking, right? Aren't you asking? What is Strock and Tanner?
So Strock and Tanner came about during a difficult time in our business. The company that we were doing business under was called Stockton and Turner. Oh. It was a national company. We were doing loans in 19 states, and from one day to the next, they went bankrupt. September 29th, 2009, They closed their doors, and we were left hanging. Fortunately, I had a premonition, and a few months prior to that, I had registered the name Strock and Tanner, which was the closest to Stockton and Turner.
The original name.
And so,
interesting.
When that business went under, we had about 30 files in our pipeline, and we had to switch those files to other companies, where we originated them under 3 different other companies until we got all our federal approvals. And we survived that. That was a 3-month period where we closed our files under other companies' names. And on December 31st of 2009, we got all our approvals. And on January 1st of 2010, we started to do business as Strock and Tanner Mortgage.
Wow, interesting. Folks, if you're just tuning in, welcome to our show. Welcome to the One Stop Shop Happy Hour, coming to you every Thursday at 4 o'clock hour from Mario's studio here in the heart of Kendall. And today we're doing something different. If you're watching this for the first time, my name is Andy within South Florida, and Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. Today we're going back. Throwback. He wasn't expecting this.
No, I wasn't.
But we kind of change around the script. We're going to make it fun, right? If you guys like the going back throwback, thumbs up in the chat, folks. Give Mario.
I think you just want to test me.
Yeah, give Mario some. Well, after everything you've gone through, Mario, 15 years ago, I had hair. Kind of surprising that I used to have hair 15 years ago with all the turbulences.
It is my hair.
So speaking about turbulences, we talk about turbulences every week on the show, and Mario goes over the last few turbulences for that week. But now we got 52 weeks, 15 years worth of turbulences. What are the highlights, if we can call them that? What are the highlight turbulences? What are the major storms in the life of the one-stop shop?
Well, let's just focus on the most recent one.
Oh, she doesn't fail every week.
So today I found out that a buyer that we represent, the sellers, there are 10 family members that are the sellers. And this is why when you're going to do estate planning, it's always a good thing to get a lawyer to assist you, especially when there are so many heirs.
Did you say 10?
10.
10?
There's 10 brothers and sisters.
Only in Miami, folks. Go ahead.
Okay, so really that could have been alleviated and been more efficient if they would have done a trust that named all 10 with one trustee taking care of the whole situation.
The proper way.
The proper way. But they didn't do that. They did a will that named all 10 people. Okay? So
Eso se llama, repeat after me, un arroz con mango.
this is a big arroz con mango. So today we found out that because one of the brothers and sisters, and I want you to know that half of them don't talk to the other half.
That makes it a little more complex.
So the listing agent who represents them has to meet with all 10 of them individually every time there's a change in the contract or something. And today we found out that one of them has a bankruptcy in process. So now their lawyer has to go to the bankruptcy court and get permission for us to close on the sale, and that could take anywhere from 30 to 90 days to get that done, which will put the rate, the interest rate of our buyer in jeopardy, because he had a very good rate that was locked in.
Right.
And now we're dealing with this, and it may take 3 months before we close something that was supposed to close next Friday. So that's a huge turbulence because it affects a lot of people. It was all as a result of poor estate planning on the family's part.
Wow.
And our buyer wants to still buy the house, but it may take them another 90 days before we get to closing.
So this isn't a turbulence in the life of a real estate or mortgage professional. This is like kryptonite in the life of Superman, where everything's in place and kaboom. I mean, without any expectancy, right? I mean, this just occurred.
We knew about this for the last 2 weeks.
Well, with 10 people involved, you had to know.
Right.
You had to know.
We knew that it was coming. Excuse me. Let me get rid of this.
If you ever wondered, this is recorded or we're live?
No, it's live.
We're live.
So we knew about this potentially 2 weeks ago. However, the title company, their underwriter, will not permit us to close. We even suggested, why don't we just close and put the money in escrow, and when they resolve their issue, but they won't do that. So we have to wait for the bankruptcy to get resolved, and then we could go ahead and schedule the closing.
So this is the latest turbulence this week, but Mario, in 15 years, you must have had some real good ones.
Yeah, I mean, one that comes to mind was doing a final walkthrough and finding out that the new washer dryer that was installed during the process was removed by the seller, who was in a divorce proceeding, and the wife felt that she was entitled to keep the new washer dryer for her new home. And you know, we had pictures. We took pictures of everything prior to the final walkthrough. And that created turbulence at the closing because they either needed to replace the washer dryer with the correct ones or give our buyers a credit to replace those two appliances. So it never fails. There's always something that happens either at the beginning, the middle, or the end.
I've never asked you this before, but is there a book coming out on the turbulences of the one-stop shop? Like you know, there's an Instagram account only in Hialeah, only in Dade, only at the one-stop shop book coming out soon.
You know, it's going to take a little while to put that together. Maybe someday when I don't have anything to do, but right now I'm so busy.
I don't know if that day will ever come for you, because every time I talk to you, you're slammed. So we talked about turbulences. By the way, folks, if you want to learn more about that, you can check out marioshomenews.com, Mario's website. It's just been remodeled and reorganized for now. All his customer testimonials, client testimonials are out on the front page, homepage, front and center. Grab a cup of coffee or grab a cup of wine or whatever you like to drink. Sit down on your couch, on your iPad or on your phone and check out marioshomenews.com. A lot of knowledge, a lot of information there. Specifically if you're thinking of buying or renting a property. Hope you're not looking at renting a property. Hope you're thinking of buying a property. But whatever you want to do in real estate, go ahead and check out marioshomenews.com for a lot of useful information. So we talked about turbulences, and yeah, you know, they're funny, but they're actual items that impede the happy closing and the happy transition from one property to the other. Let's look at the more positive side. In 15 years with a one-stop shop, you've helped a lot of families fulfill their dreams. Mm-hmm. Some of them have to stick in your mind. Some smiles, some hugs, some people that when you go home at night, you're like, this is why I do what it is that I do.
There's many, and each one is different.
Unique, of course.
They're all unique because they're all different families. They all had different objectives. But yes, we've done thousands of closings since 2002, both on, cumulative.
You're getting a lot of love, a lot of hearts out there, a lot of thumbs up. Thank you for the love, folks. Hit that like button. Share this broadcast. Let's show Mario that these Throwback Thursdays, we can do them often again.
So each family is unique. We have families with children, we have single parent households, we have single people that we have done transactions for. We have done partners, male partners, female partners. We've done a lot of seniors. I guess what stands out, they're all unique and important, and they're all happy occasions. Some of the things that stand out the most for me personally is back in the day when the reverse mortgage guidelines were different.
Okay.
We were able to help 30 families escape foreclosure.
Wow.
30 different families that had lived in their homes for over 20 years were in foreclosure, getting ready to go to court, and we were able to assist their attorney with how to stop the foreclosure.
Wow.
To give us time to handle the reverse mortgage for that senior family and keep them in their home after many years.
Wow.
We did that with 30 families. I actually wrote an article that was published in the Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association national magazine, and I think that's one of my highlights, being able to help elderly families, 30 of them, to be able to stay in the homes that they've been in for over 20, 30 years.
You basically altered the course of their life from something that potentially could have been very negative and very devastating to not only the couple, the elderly couple, but the families and kids around.
Well, it impacted their children, their grandchildren, it impacted everybody. So that's probably got to be one of the most rewarding things that we've been able to do, is keeping those 30 families in their home and letting them continue to retire in place.
So Mario, what drives you in the morning? What gets you up in the morning besides coffee, if you drink coffee? What gets you up in the morning and you tell yourself, this is the reason I'm going into work today? This is the reason. Is it real estate? Is it mortgage? Or is it the families that you're able to reach out and touch with your knowledge and experience?
It's the passion that I have for this business. Okay. When I got into this business, or when I transitioned into this business, I came from 26 years of corporate America. I was in the tobacco business for 26 years.
Were you really?
Reynolds Tobacco Company.
Wow.
Yeah, and it gets to a point when you have built a career of 26 years in the corporate world. Like myself, I was tired of the traveling, I was tired of the conference calls, I was tired of the conference call after the conference call, I was tired of the meetings, the hoteling out. My daughter was around 10 years old, and I remember going to Claudia and I said, listen, I'm going to quit my career that I've worked in for 26 years.
That was a bombshell.
With a good salary, a very good salary, very good benefits.
Wow.
Pension plan, everything.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to quit this to start from scratch my own company.
How did that go over?
That did not go over very well. That did not go over very well.
Like a lead balloon.
However, I did put a plan in place which helped me transition over a 2-year period of time. So I was still in the corporate world while I was preparing and running this company. I was doing both things at the same time. I was doing this at nights and weekends.
Wow.
And I was working my career during the day. So it took me 2 years, but at the end of the 2 years, I was fortunate that they offered a early retirement package, which I took, and those finances helped carry me for the next 18 months.
Wow, interesting history
Salary
there.
and benefits. So by the time that salary and benefits expired, I was already in business 3.5 years.
Wow.
And that's how I made the transition.
So you went from pushing smoke to clearing the air, to clear the clothes for families to fulfill their dreams of home ownership and being able to provide for their families and investments.
I just didn't decide to do this. I had 12 different professions that I was thinking about transitioning into.
So out of the 12, how did you end up with this one then?
I ended up with these two because one of my mentors here in town, very successful individual, I asked him, we were at a car race at the Indy 500, and we're smoking a cigar, and I said, listen, I'm thinking of leaving my career. Why is it that your family is in the food, the real estate, and finance? And he gave me the answer. He said, everybody needs a roof over their head,
It's true.
everybody needs to eat, and
True.
everybody needs to borrow money. So I said, okay, I don't want to go in the food business, so I decided to go into the mortgage and real estate business.
So you picked the two, because you're not doing the food, but you're doing the roof over the head and the money.
And the money. So this is 2 of the 12 things that I was thinking of,
Right.
and I just put all my focus behind this, and that's where we're at today.
Well, folks, if you're just tuning in, my name is Andy within South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop, Mr. Clear to Close. And today we threw the script out the window, and we're basically I'm interviewing Mario and looking about his history and seeing what has occurred in the 15 years that he's told me that he's been that the One Stop Shop originated. So we welcome you to the show. We do this every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour. And you can check out marioshomenews.com for additional content and information on his real estate and mortgage programs. But today the programming has shifted a little bit. We're doing a Throwback Thursday type of version, kind of a little bit by surprise, but
This is a surprise.
But he's a professional. He's professional. He's going with it. So Mario, in 15 years, a lot of things have changed, but some have not. I know I did a little bit of research. In 1999, the average income in the U.S. was $63,000, and to my surprise, we're in 2019, and it's still $63,000. Yet, homes have increased almost 4 times that, or twice that.
Twice.
What's up with that?
So this is a statistic.
A lot of people probably don't realize that.
No, it's a very revealing statistic that once again confirms that home ownership is the best way to secure wealth.
Best vehicle.
The best vehicle to secure wealth. So according to the numbers that you just mentioned, the average income nationwide in 1999 was $63,000 a year. The average income today is still $63,000. However, the price of a home back then was $199.
Okay.
The price of a home today nationwide, the average is $400,400. So what does that tell you? That in 20 years, people who bought a house for $200,000 have doubled their money in 20 years and now have over $200,400 in equity. And if they stayed financially disciplined, they've probably paid off 20 years or more of that mortgage and are probably getting ready to be debt free with a lot of equity in their home. So once again, the best way to build wealth, not only with your primary residents, people that were disciplined and did this over the last 20 years, today are probably adding that equity to their 401k plans, their pensions, and that's how you develop wealth. And some of them may have already dabbled into some, maybe one or two investment properties that are generating additional income for them. So that is one of the reasons, and it's a great statistic as to why real estate is one of the best wealth builders in this country.
Well, folks, if you're just tuning in, you're in for a great show today. My name is Andy within South Florida. Mario Quintero with the One Stop Shop, Mr. Clear to Close. We invite you to check out marioshomenews.com. Check out his website for a lot of information when it comes to real estate, mortgages. And we do these shows every Thursday at the 4 o'clock hour. Usually we have a script. Today we threw the script out the window and we're doing a Throwback Thursday with Mario. We've talked about his hair and turbulent and washers and dryers, arroz con mango. I mean, you name it, we've talked about it. Mario, let's shift gears a minute. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is probably steak.
Steak.
A good steak, New York strip steak.
A good New York strip steak. The man has taste. And sides. What are your favorite sides?
My favorite side.
He's not prepared for this, folks.
No, I like mac and cheese.
We take mac and cheese.
And a fully loaded baked potato.
Wow.
Those are my best sides.
And what does Mario do for entertainment? Those few days in the week that you're off. Because I know you're on all the time.
So I like to play golf.
Okay, you're a golfer.
I try to play golf once a week, and I practice once a week. So those are the two things I like to do. I like to do travel. We're leaving tomorrow to go visit our daughter in New York.
There you go.
So we'll be spending about 5 days up there. And we like to go out to eat and spend time on the beach, visit family around the country, and read. I like to read a lot. I read all kinds of stuff, industry information, real estate information, mortgage information, and a lot of motivational material.
Very interesting, very interesting. Here's a question that he's not ready for. Where is Mario Quintero in the next 10 years?
Wow, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think about that all the time, and more than likely we'll still be the one-stop shop.
The one-stop shop lives on.
Well, the one-stop shop will be here. It may be a little more refined, where I'm trying to mentor a few people now that will run most of it, and I'll be more selective in years to come with the amount of clients that I work. Right now, I work with anywhere from 12 to 20 clients at a time.
Right.
Okay? I can't do it alone. I have, Laura, I have Claudia, I have Jackie.
There's a village here.
Right.
A village outside these doors.
The group at the title company, the home inspectors, the appraisers, I have about 7 people that assist me. The video picture guy, 7 or 8 people that assist me with everything that I do, and they're all a text or a phone call away. So I could never do what I do by myself. So, as long as I can keep that team together, which there's no reason why it shouldn't be, I 10 years from now, I still see me doing this, maybe not 5 days a week, maybe 3 days a week.
Increase the golfing a little bit.
And increase the golf a little bit.
You mentioned that you were working with and you were mentoring a few individuals. If anybody is watching, any professional is watching, are you open to being approached by somebody that maybe they want to learn more about the one-stop shop and how to be mentored by the master?
Yeah, I'm always looking for that particular individual so that, at some point I could slow down a little bit. I don't see myself ever doing nothing, just too much energy and too much passion for this. However, more selective with non-turbulent transactions and just keeping the smoother ones, and the people that I mentor, let them learn to manage through those turbulences.
So Mario, we talked a little bit about everything of your history. Let's talk about the future again. Where do you see the real estate market in the next 5 to 10 years?
I think the real estate market will continue to be a hot commodity. Like I said, everybody needs a roof over their head. The government announced how many new citizens or people from foreign countries they want to allow in the U.S. every year. The population is constantly shifting. Right now we're seeing a lot of people coming from high tax states, coming to Florida, Texas, and Arizona. And so, housing is always going to be something that people need. You got to have a roof over your head, whether it's a condominium, a townhouse, a single family home, or a luxury home, whatever that may be. Depending on your lifestyle and your finances, you need a place to live. And I don't see that slowing down anytime.
And regarding the use of technology, we're living in a very fast world where things almost change at the speed of light. I know there's technology being introduced in all areas of our life. So how do you see that having an effect on the industry itself?
So technology is always improving for both the real estate and the mortgage business. And, there's things they're working on right now. The day may come where all the closings are done off-site, where people are in their home and they could just go on their computer and electronically sign the closing documents. That eventually will probably happen. From a real estate side, we've seen technology change the way that real estate's been done, because people can go online right now and they could look at homes in any state in the country that they may be considering moving to or relocating to. So before they hire a realtor, they can literally, from their laptop or from their phone, they can literally look at homes in all 50 states.
But that doesn't replace the human component, the human interaction.
No, it does not. And that's the one thing that will be a constant, is the experienced professional, the realtor, the mortgage broker, they will be the experienced professional. Stanford University just did a study recently regarding the use of a mortgage broker company like ours and a bank. And they came up with the findings that the mortgage broker is still the better choice than a bank.
Sure.
And that banks enjoy referring to mortgage brokers because it keeps their client happy, and at the same time they're helping their client that they can't help still be able to get a mortgage and finish their transaction. So the human element will continue. You have the millennials and the young people coming after them. They like the technology and all that stuff, but at some point in the middle of the transaction, when you hit turbulence, the app cannot help you.
And that's a key. I could go to Amazon and buy a pair of shoes size 12. I'll get it delivered in a box within 2 days. I don't like them, I can take them back.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't buy a house online and anticipate turbulences and issues like we've covered here on many past videos. The value of an experienced realtor and a mortgage professional going through those turbulences, being able to navigate the complicated landscape. An app will never be able to have that.
An app can't do that, and a customer service rep sitting in a call center in California, Michigan, or Dallas, Texas,
or offshore
cannot help you with that.
Yeah.
So the human element will always be a part of this business, the way I see it, and that's where the relationships come in.
All about relationships.
And it's all about the relationships, building relationships, networking with relationships, doing a great job for that client that is going to be the next person to refer you to their friend or family.
It was that way with the age of the pyramids. People would ask, who built your pyramid? And people would refer to the pyramid builder. Fast forward to 2019, who sold your house? The one-stop shop handled everything. So we want to go back 15 years. Let's go back to the pyramid age. Mario, this was a great session. I have one more question for you. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we encourage you to watch us from the beginning. My name is Andy within South Florida. We're here with Mario Quintero from the One Stop Shop. Check out marioshomenews.com for a lot more information, and we'd love for you to share this video. Speaking about video, Mario, it's been almost a year now, over a year, that we've been doing these weekly videos.
I was going to remind you of that.
I was just reorganizing the videos on your website, and I went back a year ago. Has this concept changed, and have we gotten more fluent? No script. We're just winging it here, talking.
Well, don't make a habit of this.
The Mario's first video, I saw it. I saw it this week. Tell us a little bit about your path, your experience with videos and being on camera. We went from a small desk to a studio that you built in your office now.
Well, I got to tell you, that first video that we did, the first one I did with you, I was extremely nervous. The first video I did by myself, I almost tripped and fell over camera equipment. Very nervous. I feel a lot more comfortable now. And it's just a matter of being comfortable with the material and the knowledge that we're trying to share to the viewers. So, the concept has evolved from one location to the next.
Right.
We're looking at adding different lights to this room and maybe some microphones and things like that. But what's important to me is being able to communicate knowledge, experience to the viewers. And if someday they need assistance with that, I'll be more than happy to help.
So Mario works with referral partners. So if any of you are a referral partner, welcome you to contact Mario, and he can definitely help you put something together. I can assist you also as well. So, wow, it's been a year already.
A year.
Look forward to another 10 years with the one-stop shop. Mario, did you have anything else that you want to talk about your history, the past 15 years in closing?
No, it's been a very rewarding 17 years in this business. I look forward to, not only 10 years, maybe another 13 years.
There you go.
To hit that 30 mark, but then again, that's out of my control. Hopefully the health stays, because without the health, we're nothing. So as long as the health is there, the passion is still there, of helping families achieve the American dream.
That's a key. That's a key.
Helping them with their finances. This morning I met with 2 different clients. One had been declined for a refinance cash out to consolidate. We did the analysis and we're moving forward with that. We're going to be able to do that loan where her existing mortgage company denied her.
Wow.
And then some long-term clients that have been waiting for their condo to be able to do a reverse mortgage. And HUD just announced on Friday that we're going to be able to start doing reverse mortgage in single unit condos on October the 15th. So we're already setting up several clients that we've had on the back burner. We're starting to get them ready and approved so that October 15th we can go ahead and start their application. So there's a lot going on.
I don't know if you've noticed, folks, when Mario said that he loves to read and he loves to research and read everything, notice how he can come up with these numbers and figures and news, because he's on top of his game, and his job is to be sure that whatever he's doing in the real estate or the mortgage industry, he's up to date with the best practices and everything. If you're thinking of buying a property, don't stress it. Pick up the phone, contact Mario at 305-598-1600 and talk to him. He doesn't charge anything for his professional advice. Not only is this going to save you a lot of sleepless nights and days without rest, but it'll save you thousands of dollars in your pocket to be able to consult with somebody in the one-stop shop. He'll be working, folks, but he'll be going on vacation. Maybe one day I'll go with him, and we can do these videos from wherever he's going to, right? Live.
Well, I'm going to do a couple from New
You
York.
do a couple there? There it goes. Folks, thank you for the love. Andy here within South Florida. Mario Quintero from the one-stop shop, Mr. Clear to Close. Be sure to check out marioshomenews.com.
And share this video.
Share the video. And if you're thinking of buying, just go ahead and give him a call, 305-598-1600. I know it's the beginning of October. I know you guys just made out that rent check. You have 3 weeks to reconsider that for November. And call Mario up and stop renting.
Selling and financing also, not just buying.
Selling and financing, the one-stop shop.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great weekend.